What's up, everyone? My name is Blue, and we are back with some more I Don't Work Here Lady posts. These people think you're the employee, no matter what you look like. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. And with that, let's get into it. Confuse a Karen. I popped into a local shop yesterday for bread and milk and a few other bits. It's fairly cold, so I'm in my outdoor coat, hat, and gloves, and look nothing like the sales staff. I was searching for bread sauce when I hear a throat being cleared noisily nearby, and a very brusque, impatient lady's voice saying, "Excuse me." I think to myself, it's the dreaded Karen, and I recognize that voice. This one I am pretty sure I've met before. I know that saying "I don't work here" won't work, but this gives me an idea. A little experiment, if you will. So I turn to her and say, the manager. Just the person I wanted to see." She looks at me with a priceless expression of confusion, mouth silently working as she tried to think of a response, and says, relatively meekly, "But I don't work here." I reply to her, "Don't you? Oh, well, I do apologize. So what do you want?" Nothing." And walks away, looking like the walls of her mind had just collapsed. I'm using this one again. This poster has broken the code. All you have to do is counterattack with the exact same logic, and it confuses them long enough for you to get away. I don't know where your rental is. I'm just enjoying my coffee. Obligatory disclaimer. On mobile, English remains a second language, still on hubby's account. While my husband collects "I don't work here lady" incidents like a politician collecting bribes, I only have 3 on my own. This is one of them. This happened in the spring of 18. My mother had traveled abroad to visit one of her relatives, so when she was flying back, I went to get her. We live about 3 hours away from the airport. Because our oldest was recovering from a stomach bug, hubby decided to stay home with the kids, and I would get my mother and bring her home. My mother's flight was scheduled to arrive at 1:15, but when I got there, I found out they had a 2-hour delay, and I had to wait. I thought, all right, I'll enjoy a coffee while I wait, and notified my husband. The weather was good, low 20s Celsius, with no clouds, and I decided to have my coffee on the outside patio of a coffee shop. I grabbed my tablet, and because the airport is a bit windy, a yellow windbreaker. And apparently, that was the problem. I was reading my book on my tablet, enjoying my coffee, wearing my yellow windbreaker, when I heard a, "Hey, you!" I didn't think it was directed at me and continued reading. Then I feel someone looming above me and "I'm talking to you." I looked up to see a man looking down at me. The following exchange happened. Cast: me, duh. Chad, the entitled a-hole. Karen, the entitled a-hole's wife. PO1 and PO2. Police officers. Me: yes? Chad: where's my rental? Thinking that he was asking where the rental companies had desks, I replied that they were on the other side of arrivals area. Chad: okay, be a good employee and bring it here. Me: I will certainly not do that. I don't work for the rentals. Chad: yes, you are. Now go and get it. Me: no. The thing goes back and forth like we are 4-year-olds when Karen inserts herself in the conversation. Karen:
Honey, what takes so long?
Chad to Karen: This employee here doesn't want to bring our rental. Karen comes and grabs my windbreaker's lapel and puts her face uncomfortably close to mine. Karen:
Listen here, you little jerk. Me and my husband are very good clients. I don't care if you're on your break, but if you don't bring the car in 3 minutes, we will get you fired.
Me, extremely pissed at that point. Listen, jerk, take your paws off me or we will have trouble. Karen:
Oh, you threaten me? Me? Oh, you are so getting fired.
At that point, she swings her arm, hitting the coffee, spilling it on the table, missing the tablet, and on me. Me, standing up: F off, jerk! Go and find your own effing rental! Karen, at that point, slapped me, while her husband was screaming obscenities. I flipped and slapped her back, which initiated a fight. When the initial argument began, a couple of bystanders had taken notice. The shouting had attracted a crowd, and when the fight started, somebody called the cops. 2 officers came and separated us. Police Officer 1: What happened? Chad: The employee refused to help us and then attacked my wife. Me: I don't work here, you dipstick, and your wife attacked me. Police Officer 2: Madam, language please. Karen:
I want to press charges.
Police Officer 1: Okay, all of you are coming with us. We ended up in the airport police station. One officer went to get the manager of the rental company, and the other reviewed the tapes with his boss. The rental company manager verified I wasn't an employee. They wear white shirts and black ties and a lanyard with their access ID. I was wearing a Cthulhu t-shirt and jeans. The cameras verified the attack. I pressed charges and left to get my mother. Man, this is the worst hidden camera show that Karen could have ever been on. Military recruiter almost asked me out because he mistook me, a 16-year-old girl, for a teacher. This was a couple years ago, and I've since graduated and turned 18. So if that guy is reading this, feel free to DM me, LOL. Anyways, for context, our school has military recruiters show up from time to time, and they will have a table set up in the commons under the stairs around lunchtime so that they can talk to kids. They're always super chill, so I made a point to talk to them whenever they came around. They also sometimes visited classes and gave little presentations. This guy had visited my choir class early on in the morning that day. I had been sitting among the other students and had even asked him a couple of questions about recruitment. Fast forward an hour or two, and I had run an errand for my teacher and was walking back to my classroom. To get back to my class faster, I cut through the commons. Lunch was starting soon, so the recruiter was just hanging out by the table. When he saw me, he immediately hopped up and came around to the front of the table. Recruiter, in a very flirty tone of voice: Hey, you're a teacher, right? Me: No, I'm a sophomore. That's it. That was the whole conversation. The second I said those words, the poor guy turned beet red and didn't say another word. He just walked away. I had no idea how to respond, so I just left him there and went back to class. Hey, I think that dude did it right. He had an idea, it was the wrong idea, he walked away. Lesson to be learned there. And that's all the time we have for these I Don't Work Here Lady stories. If you liked any of the stories, make sure to click that like button And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future stories. Thanks for listening, everyone. Catch you later.